Hola, senor. Um, Hello, welcome to a video that I suppose I didn't need to do it. I definitely think it's worth doing and should be done. I don't know if need is the right word because it's kind of really only a pseudo news video. But it's actually about something really interesting. And I'm not going to waste any time, I don't think. In fact, you probably know what it is if you've clicked on the video, but it's actually this. Something which I currently can't find on the Steam page. It just hasn't been published, or either it's not intended to be. But what this is a Ghost Ship stream calendar, actually, that they published on Discord. I don't know exactly who made it. I assume it's a collaborative effort between Mark and Aaron. So I'd like to apologise to the both of you for seeing me like an actual stalker, because this seems really niche. I usually only exclusively cover things that are posted to the Steam page for the game, but I guess this is going a bit of a step beyond that. But I noticed it on Discord today, and I think it's a really cool thing that they've done, and that's why I want to talk about it. And I guess this will potentially become a pseudo or a sub series of news. I don't think it's going to be labelled as a news video. I think it's going to be like a video that is like, this is the stream schedule for November, which makes me assume that it's going to be one every month. I don't think there's anything that indicates that is explicitly the case. But yeah, we're doing something new and fresh for our dev streams. Here's the current schedule for the month of November. Obviously, stuff might change. That's very normal for Ghost Ship. Don't change stuff though. Consistency helps, as we all know. But yeah, so it's a schedule of what all of their upcoming dev streams are going to be about, and this is sort of an extrapolation of what they already do, really, because obviously they do weekly dev streams on both Thursday and Friday. And we've never had a schedule before. I like the fact they actually have the weeks plotted out as in the number in the year that the week is. It looks like the final one is week 48, I guess is how it would go in November. Anyway, let's actually get into it and see what it's all about. Obviously, this also includes... My chair is sinking. This also includes like the official announcement of the On the Horizon stream, and actually something else here in week 48 that I think is very cool to do with that as well. So yeah, let's quickly run through all of these things. So starting on Monday the 4th, so that's starting next week, we had the DRG Survivor Ultimate Challenge. It's something that was already announced, which is a Rock Galactic Survivor tournament, basically. I don't think it's public, though, in the sense I don't think it's just open. I think the contestants have been already selected and chosen. Either way, we make our esports debut with the head-to-head tournament in Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, featuring special guest athletes like SNIS and DRG Historian, and live commentary from the stream team starts at 5 p.m. CET, or 6 p.m., not 6 p.m., 4 p.m. GMT. So yeah, it does also say down here, all streams start at 1 p.m. Central Eastern Time or 12 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, unless stated otherwise, which is stated otherwise in, I believe, 2 cases, which is that one and the On the Horizon stream. Some of it is very standard stuff, so you see they have icons to indicate what the stream's going to be about, sort of in a broader fashion. So where it's the DRG logo itself, that means they're playing DRG. So for example, the next stream is classic normal DRG with an open slot, like one open slot for community members. So that's standard stuff. Same for week 47 on the Tuesday. I guess that's notable. That's a different day. I guess I didn't think about that one being on Monday either. So I don't know if this means that there won't be ones on Friday and they're specified. I don't know if this actually is everything, or if potentially on Friday they would just do the normal, just playing Deep Rock. I'm not sure. I'm going to assume this is all it is. This is meant to be like a full outline of all the streams they're going to be doing. But then again, if they were to do just a stream on Friday that is just playing Deep Rock, it's not like it's too important and it's missing from the calendar. So anyway, but that one, so this is Tuesday 19th November, is gimmick builds. With some silly builds and team comps we want to try in DRG. C-130 Gunship, Fire and Ice, Bug Whisperer Brigade. Highly likely the Goop Troop makes an appearance. That's great. So yeah, I guess they have some also more specific DRG streams where they're going to do like things like that, which is actually cool. And I want to talk about why. Once again, my chair is sinking. I want to talk about why this is cool, because this just lends itself to just open development and them just being more open and upfront with things that they're doing. And therefore, because it's like, oh, if we're going to put out a stream schedule for the entire month, well, we can't just have 3 of the slots be just playing DRG with no bells and whistles. So it's like, okay, well, maybe we'll make one of them gimmick build, maybe make one of them open lobby and things like that. So I do appreciate sort of the I guess intricacies that have been added to this. But anyway, next one's most important. Thursday, 21st November, on the horizon. Join us for our big annual live stream covering all things Ghost Ship. I mean, is it supposed to be biannual? That depends on if there'll be one in the first half of the year, next year. Expect news about Rogue Core, updates from Ghost Ship publishing titles, and a few special surprises. I hope the special surprises is... I mean, what could they be? Aside from, like, I guess it could be merch, actually. It could be merch. Which starts at 2 p.m. Central Eastern Time or 1 p.m. GMT. So, yeah, this is the On the Horizon. This is the big stream. Obviously, the last one that we had was a big Season 5 expose, basically. The first one that we got, which was last October, was when Rogue Core got announced. So these things tend to be big. I'm kind of counting on this one being more of just like a bit of a Rogue Core expose. I hope there's not any like big sort of announcement with caveats. I mean, a big announcement could be cool, but as long as there's no bad news as well, which has been kind of the trend, because it's not like the last one didn't have bad news too. We kind of found out how much... that's when the Rogue Core delay was announced, was the last stream. So hopefully there's going to be no caveats like that. I hope. But yeah, it should be... That's going to be the most important one. That is one that we will be covering in some way or another. The attempt, we will attempt to live stream it ourselves, so give live commentary, but it will be covered in some form on the channel, probably in quite a lot of detail as well. So look forward to that. That is on, was it Thursday, the 21st November. Following week 46, Tuesday, the 12th November, is Satisfactory stream, so that's great, good for them. But it's actually related to their recent 1.0 launch. I didn't realise Satisfactory still hadn't, or has only just hit 1.0. But good on them, but it's not my ballpark. Thursday, 14th November is the Deep Rock Galactic Open Lobby stream. So, well, that's kind of weird because it's actually no different to the Just Chilling one. Like, on a technicality, there's actually no functional difference. Oh well, week 48, so Tuesday, 26th November, is actually another cool one, which is the On the Horizon recap. We've been playing DRG, but this time it's dedicated to chat with the community after the On the Horizon. Questions, comments, ideas are all welcome. We'll try to bring Mikkel, the game director, in for this one. So yeah, that's interesting. It's something they haven't done before. Obviously, it's all up in the air anyway, as in you could easily talk about On the Horizon on a stream the following week anyway. I'm sure that's happened before. But to have a dedicated stream, even though they'll be playing Deep Rock Galactic in the stream, to have it dedicated to recapping the On the Horizon and taking questions and things like that is a very good move. That's unlikely to be covered explicitly, but you will definitely see some of that feeding into most likely a podcast. I will probably make an attempt to extract like sort of interesting information from that stream that you will be clued in on if you tune into the podcasts. So look out for that. And the last one is, once again, not really my ballpark. It's Thursday, 25th November. Is a Void Crew stream. They make their 1.0 release on the 25th, so we'll boot it up to see what's new since we last tried it. So yeah, Void Crew, I don't really know what it is, but it's just kind of in the same sort of sphere as Ghost Ship, like an indie game. It might be Coffee Stain, I'm not even sure. But yeah, it's something they want to celebrate, so that's kind of cool. But obviously, for me, the most important stuff is obviously the On the Horizon stuff. Getting that announcement. So yeah, Thursday, 21st November, save the date, if you will. Oh, and I guess that'll be it. But I was thinking about when we would be covering that in podcast form. I don't know if there'll be a podcast between now and the On Horizon stream, but I can tell you that there will be one after it. So we're either going to have a really big gap between podcast episodes, or we're going to have a slightly shorter gap than usual, depending on if we do one between or not. There's a good chance we'll actually just skip a week instead, and that would actually make it work out better. So apologies for that, but, we're kind of in this sort of stasis period where it's difficult to have inherently valuable things to talk about unless Ghost Ship gives us things to talk about themselves. And On Horizon is probably the most fruitful form of that. It's such a direct sort of dump of information. And honestly, if there's enough related to Rogue Core in this stream, it could potentially feed multiple podcasts. So if we do need just take a week off every now and then, it's because our channel is mostly reliant on being contemporary with Deep Rock, even if it's things like tier lists. That's the tier list that we're doing at the moment, we're still working through actually, are all based on things that were added or changed in season 5. So just keep that in mind. There might be a week off at some point in the next few weeks. There might not. We'll just have to see. Just know that we will cover the On the Horizon in as much detail as we can, with as much excitement as we can, because these are definitely the most interesting and sort of important like things that Ghost Ship does when it comes to information. So yeah, keep an eye out for that stuff. I once again want to just point out to Ghost Ship how cool this kind of thing is. I think it really lends itself to the open development that they've kind of haven't really put into gear yet for Road Core, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But this sort of really speaks to the kind of things that I think they should be doing, especially when there's not much inherently going on with the games, particularly with their developed games. Obviously, Deep Rock isn't really going to be getting any updates for a while, and Road Core is still not a thing yet. So to have something like this that sort of shows them a level of in-touchness, or of being in touch, and contemporariness, and sort of like, I guess, light-footedness, that they sort of claim to have, that flexibility. I think this kind of just is evidential of that, and that's a good thing. And so we'll see. I imagine there will be more of these. I imagine there'll be a calendar every month, I would assume is the plan. Obviously, some months are actually kind of weird, like specifically December and January, because there is a Christmas break sandwiched between the two. So there's actually a reason for the schedule to be just less populated. So honestly, if they skipped December, it would make perfect sense. But I imagine this is intended to be a consistent thing, so people know what to expect. And I assume it's also a sort of a way to punctuate their streams more accurately. Also, can you see how low down I am? Or rather, to prompt themselves to give their streams more meaning. And I think probably the best example of that is On the Horizon recap, which could just have easily been a normal Deep Rock stream, but they've decided to specify it as an On the Horizon recap. I assume that them going out of their way to make a public schedule for the streams, means that they're probably going to be gimmickifying their streams more often anyway. I mean, you even get that just from the one that is Deep Rock Galactic gimmick builds. So yeah, I think that's something that we'll probably see more of in the future. Either way, like I said, this is really cool, and I hope you found this useful. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to stay on top of everything to do with Deep Rock and Road Core, and you want to see more videos like this, then please make sure to click the bell as well. And we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. It might not be the most serious video. We'll see. Goodbye.